And boom, monkeys, we are live. Welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel. We've got a pretty good stream tonight. We've got some data on some of the meme coins out there. I think this is going to be freaking kind of fire. The memes are going to be funny today. And today, I am going to cover my top fragrance pick for the evening. And this shit is fire, man. I really like the fragrance I'm going to show you, cats. It is one of my favorite. But I got to say, man, this house keeps creating shit that is good, bro, but then they discontinue the stuff. I guess I'm assuming what's going on with this fragrance house, and I know this is not a fragrance channel, but I'm bullish on this fragrance with that stated. The thing about this house, I think they create fragrances that are top notch. Then regulation comes in and they're like, you know what, man, we're not going to reformulate our product, make it look freaking, make it weaker, kind of like how Creed does. So they completely discontinued the product. So yeah, it's going to be kind of pricey, man. But I definitely want to talk about that shit. We're going to cover some coins today, of course, Bitcoin, ETH. I do want to cover both hexes, Pulse Chain Hex and eHex, some Pulse Chain, Oath, and some Hedron. Now, I'm going to go ahead and revisit as well a meme coin called Pizza, which I think has been doing pretty good. I think it's probably going to rally pretty damn hard. So I wanted to be redundant about it and talk a little bit about freaking that meme coin and some of the conversations, not the conversations, but some of the posts they had made on Twitter pertaining to how many tokens are out in circulation, man. I think it's rather intriguing, and we can even apply the rule of three, which Miguel and Charlie teaches us for NFTs. I think that's going to be gangster. But let's go on to the first person in the chat. Hardest working trucker in America, Tex-Mex. Let's go. Hey, you got it, man. We're going to freaking drop some alpha tonight. Mr. Brown, si senor. Mate Seuss, hey, go. And then we got my dog, Mr. Twinksters. Hey, Twinkie, you had a freaking fire-ass stream. By the way, cats, make sure you guys subscribe to this to this one dude. We are going to have a freaking stream tomorrow. I think it's going to be pretty lit. We're going to have freaking tacos and freaking kimchi tomorrow again. And then we got my camarada large and in charge. Let's freaking go, son. And we will, homie. Now, this is what happens when you take your spouse to work, man. This is kind of like what happens, dude. And I think it's pretty freaking funny, bro. So if your wife wants to go to work, take her, man. So she can see what the grind is all about, son. Let's move on to this meme. Obviously, this one lady, it looks like she's in some type of freaking Soviet tank. And she's loading the freaking chamber on the tank and discharging a freaking round. Let's see how it plays out. Of course, it is freaking subtitled at the bottom so we can understand it.
Выстрел! Загрузи! Пискуля, на меня смотри! Загрузи! На меня смотри! Смотри на меня! Загрузи! Нажимай! Любимая, нажимай! Меня смотри! Загрузи!
Yeah, no more, man. No more. Oh my gosh, bro. All right, we got the next meme here. We got the next freaking meme, son. This one's pretty damn funny.
Well, first of all, Autobots are Decepticons.
Autobots.
Autobots.
Yeah, they're good. They're the good guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that your TikTok bio said that you were a transformer.
As in like transgender, transformer, not
Oh.
that transformers.
Not like an actual trend. Okay. Well, first of all,
Make sure you cats know the freaking terminology in modern dating, if anything, man. Because that is freaking hilarious, son. That is freaking hilarious, homie. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, monkeys. Smash the like button, subscribe, leave a comment on the chat. You know what I'm saying? My freaking doggos are going ballistic outside, man. All right, let's move on to the first freaking coin of the day, which is Bitcoin. Let's see what Bitcoin entails. All right, current value of Bitcoin is at about 52,000, and it's at about 52,000 flat. It does seem like we're getting some type of psychological resistance here, and I am hoping that we start dipping soon. Let me zoom in on the candles. You could tell that we did a freaking Giga Chad rally to the upside till we got to this price point about 48,000. We broke past that and we hit this other area of support, which I did acknowledge was going to be difficult to compromise, which was exactly at about 50,000, because round numbers always make psychological levels difficult. You know what I mean? And you could tell that we struck that portion the following day, which was on February the 13th. It struggled getting past that point, but we did wick above it. Then the next day, which was, I think, was that Valentine's, February 14th, we rallied way past it, and we came up on the next point of resistance at about 52,000, give or take. You know what I mean? Now, Charlie was talking about how he expects there to be more areas of resistance here. Let's see. And I did draw up this line over here showing these two areas that made up this freaking resistance line, which is at about 59,000. So that may be an area that we do need to compromise, if anything. Know what I mean? So if we pull this all the way out, let me go and make a freaking array for you cats so you guys can see it clearly. Boom. 59,000 may be an area we need to compromise. During the CMC, Charlie did say that we may end up hitting about 56,000 as an area of resistance, cats. So understand that we may end up going all the way up to there. Now, let's check this sucker out on the blue list. I do have a blue list for this, where I do have this sucker on a freaking Elliott wave, and let's see how this sucker's playing out. Now, I drew this up as the Elliott wave was playing out. We did break the symmetrical triangle area, but the Elliott wave is still in effect. We could, let's say we top out there. We could still bring down this 3-point up to here, and it'll probably be that we'll come back down here to about 40,000, give or take, man. Once we do pull back, or possibly even 38, which was that red line I drew up for you cats. Know what I mean? Now, that won't happen in the immediate time frame. We have to look at this sucker on the daily, and we'll go back to the other chart to see which day of the cycle we are on. I know that we're quickly approaching day 30 of Bitcoin's 60-day cycle. I'm hoping that we do get a pullback soon, but I would expect the bigger pullback to be around late March, which would be around 45 days ballpark, when we do get a pullback and we finish up our 60-day cycle. Now, the following month, which would be April, is when we have our Bitcoin halving. I don't remember off the top of my head when the next Bitcoin halving is, but I'm assuming that we'll rally into the Bitcoin halving as the day approaches. It may be April 22nd. Quote me on that. I don't remember off the top of my head. I would have had it drawn up here. And let me go back to the red list. And let's put the sucker on the daily. Now, I do have this sucker at 60 bars. So day 30 would be around February 21st. And as we approach day 45, that would be around March 8th, ballpark. So that may be an area where we may dip into. So I would keep a little bit of dry powder ready. I wouldn't be aping into a lot of coins right now. And if I am, it would be very light DCA. So the reason being that it does seem that the market is rallying. I am going to show a couple coins that are a little bit on discount, which can be affordable, but be advised, they are subject to possibly continue going down. So food for thought, monkeys. Food for freaking thought, man. Let's check out what the chat is saying. Let's see what the chat is saying, homie. Yeah, man. Smash the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and in the chat. I concur completely. 110%, man. Let's move on to boring ass Ethereum. Let's see how Ethereum is doing tonight. See where the ETH token is at, son. All right, ETH does seem like it's rallying pretty damn hard, man. Current value of ETH is at about 27.92. I remember people were talking so much crap about ETH not moving, bro, and people were freaking super bullish on Solana, thinking that ETH was going to make a comeback. I never bought into that narrative. I knew what would happen once Solana got a little bit too overheated. The cats in Solana would end up dumping on a lot of the plebs, man, and coming back to Ethereum. And it seems like that may be occurring. If we take this bottom point, which was here on January 24th, and we measure it all the way up to where we're at right now, that we've made about, what, 31% in gains, ballpark, give or take. And ETH is at about day 47 of its 60-day cycle. It may be that we do continue rallying up over here to this point that I do have over here of about 29.37, or it may be as well that on day 45, which was this day here, when we topped up, that may be the highest day that we do have on ETH. The high on that day was at about 28.69. So that's the area we do have to beat if we do want to continue on the 60-day cycle. Now, let's push this sucker out all the way to day 60, man. Day 60 would put us around March 24th. Or is that March? No, March 1st. That would be day 60. Now, can we go all the way up to day 65 or 70? 65 would be March 6th, and day 70, which is rare, would be around March 11th, man. Now, Ethereum runs on 60-day cycles, not 20-day cycles like all the other altcoins. Of course, you can break it up in 20-day cycles to see how it moves, if anything. Now, this could be, and mind you, this is occurring a lot. This would not surprise me as well, that we're going into wave one. Know what I mean? It may be that we're slightly going into wave one, or we're finishing up wave one and we're coming down into wave two before we continue rallying up. And usually the wave three is the biggest wave of them all. I would have to put this sucker on the weekly to see where we would go for doggone wave three. So it would not surprise me if we come up all the way to 35.14, and that would be about wave three. Now, that is not guaranteed. If we do pull back and we fall into this area of about 25.81, that would probably be portion two of the Elliott wave, because it does seem that we have done a 0 to 1. Mind you, this is speculation. And I'm saying this because I am noticing Elliott wave after Elliott wave after Elliott wave after Elliott wave during this bull cycle. And I'm assuming that's only normal. Know what I mean? I'm assuming that's only normal. And portion three, if we do rally, could be here at about 35.70. I'm not going to speculate where area 4 is or area 5, but on average, that may be where ETH is freaking coming back to. Now, for you cats that have not bought a little bit of ETH, this is not financial advice, monkeys. So if we do play out on that Elliott wave and we come revisit this red line here of about 25.84 or 25.60, I would start buying a little bit of ETH if I'm not holding on to any. So food for thought, monkeys. You should have Ethereum stabilizing half of your portfolio bag in your wallet, because, of course, man, if the market crashes, bro, it's Bitcoin and ETH that are probably going to hold up the strongest. Those are the OGs of the space, if anything. You know what I mean? So let's move on to another token, son. Let's move on to a little bit of freaking. Let's go to Oath, man. Let's see how Oath is doing. El pinche Oath token, bato. Let's see how Oath token is doing. Now, Oath, I'm so glad this is happening, dude, because I do intend to buy a little bit more. Hell, I might even buy a little bit tonight. Current value on Oath is about 3 cents and 42% of a penny. It does seem like we are going to revisit this yellow line here of about 34 cents flat. Let me go and freaking straighten this sucker out, man. So it would be around here at about 33 cents flat. That's the area it does seem like we're going to go revisit. If we don't go revisit that area, I'll probably buy a little bit more Oath. Will it break down lower than that? Who knows, man? I don't think it will, but it can. And if it does, we'll probably meet this white line over here at about 32 cents. I don't think we'll break below this freaking green box area or this red and green box area because there's too much freaking support. Now, we do have our 50 moving average, our 100 moving average, and our 200 moving average. And it does seem that the 50 moving average is the closest area we do have to resistance. And it's kind of lining up to this freaking trend line that I have right here at about 35 cents flat. So food for thought, monkeys. It does seem that's where we're at. Let's take some measurements on this bad boy. Let's see where we're at on the 20-day cycle, if anything, man. So it does seem that we're at about it does seem like we're at about day 23, man. So we are pulling up a little bit more. Maybe it'll go up to day 25 if we do friggin' approach the bottom portion of this yellow line here. Right now would not be a bad time to DCA if you're bullish on the Oath token, man. Now, in order for Oath to freaking make a little bit of a comeback, on Sunday we would need to be above this white line, which is at 35.22. So if we come above this white line and we close there on Sunday at about 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, then that's the price it would hold, and it would be bouncing within this white line and this yellow line over here. And it would have to freaking try to make a rally back to the upside, if anything. Know what I mean? So these are some of the tokens that you guys can get that are still at a good value since everything in the market is pumping, monkeys. So food for freaking thought. This is not a bad token to get, if anything. Know what I mean? And again, it is called the Oath token. Now, again, you guys have heard me say this. The place where you get this bad boy is on Velodrome. Let me go ahead and share the link to where you can get it. Please, monkeys, use a condom wallet. Do not get yourself freaking wrecked because our portfolio is becoming a lot more valuable as we start approaching the bull run or as we start advancing in the bull run. So it is in the chat. That's where you can access that. Again, I'm being redundant. Make sure you use a damn condom wallet, monkeys. It is a must-have and something that you must use. You know what I'm saying? So we got that sucker out of the way. Let's move on to a little bit of Hex. Let's see how the frickin' Hex market is going, dude. Now, of course, I'm going to cover my favorite of both Hex tokens. I am going to cover a little bit of eHex. And the value of eHex at the time being is exactly at 1 penny and 10% of a penny. So it does seem that Hex is doing its freaking rally. According to what I'm seeing here on the daily, we are on a new cycle. We did bottom out here on February 7th, and we are currently running on a new cycle. And that is at about day 5, give or take. So if we do pull this sucker out all the way to about day 14, that would be February 21st to about day 21. That would be February 28th. So around this time frame is when we could expect a new higher low, or if we do come back down and we break below this freaking red line or this magenta line, that would be an area to start DCAing again. But it does have a little bit of time to run, man. eHex is a little bit bullish. If you look at this candle here that we had on about February 10th, the highs on that candle were at about 1184, and the biggest area we do need to compromise at the time being is at about 1222, and that 1222 is at this marker over here. If we break past this freaking marker and then we close all the way till freaking Sunday, let's say we do a freaking little bit of a giga chat rally tomorrow, and we close on Sunday past this value over here, that would be a new scaffold area or a new area that we've created as support, so we could continue bouncing to the upside. Now, let me turn on the moving averages. All moving averages seem below that on Hex. And if we put the Bollinger Bands on, it does seem that we are slightly overheated, if anything. But mind you, these are not the Bollinger Bands that Charlie provides us for the Crypto Mindset course. So this is the first area of deviation that we do need to beat, if anything. As long as we're above this area, we should be good. And as long as we maintain this area all the way till Sunday, that may be a new area of support. But I know you cats want to buy a little bit more freaking Hex because I do. I'm hoping that it does freaking dip. I'm always in the mood to be a bear. because it gives us new buying opportunities, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Now I like using this chart instead of freaking trading views because it's a lot more accurate. If you guys want to save this chart for yourselves, then go ahead and do so, because this is a lot more accurate than the shit you see on TradingView. So make sure you guys save that freaking token. And again, that is EHEX. We're not talking about freaking PHEX. Now that we finished on freaking EHEX, let's move on to a little bit of PHEX, if anything, cats. Let's see how PHEX is doing. Da, 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 da. And then we got my amigo here, Sloth. Crypto Sloth. Yo. Cats, so you guys know, me and Sloth are doing a stream this Sunday. Yeah, this coming Sunday. It'll probably be 7 p.m. or 7 or 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sloth, I need to check your text message to re-verify that shit, man. I think our stream's gonna be freaking fire, homie. I want to talk a lot about Hedron, man. I ask you a lot of questions about that shit, man. That is one token that a lot of people have forgotten, bro, what it's capable of doing. A lot of people ignored it at the beginning, dude, and you even had some doubters about Hedron, but it provides some badass utility, in my opinion, and I think it's something that we do need to revisit. We'll also be covering a little bit of Icosa. I do have a lot of questions on Icosa, man. I think the stream's going to be freaking fire, if anything, cats. So make sure you cats, if you guys don't know, I'm sure you guys know who he is. He is freaking Crypto Mindset Alumni, Crypto Sloth. Go ahead and freaking follow this cat. Give him a freaking like, man. And let him know that we are all part of the freaking Crypto Moon Gang. You know what I'm saying? And then we got freaking Brown. I just watched Crypto Sloth video with Forge. Great video. Fabulous, homie. Fabulous. I need to go revisit that video, man. I need to go freaking revisit that video, if anything. Now, going back to one of the questions asked here on the chat, Mate Seuss, what wallet? You can utilize a MetaMask, homie, but mind you, it does have to be on Optimism if you guys want to get some oath, because majority of the oath right now is on Optimism. So you have to go over. I do know that you can do this shit on Arbitrum, man, and I'm sure you can do it on freaking on Optimism as well. If you go to Coinbase, you can buy Ethereum on Arbitrum and send it over to your wallet, and that's what you'll use for gas. I'm pretty sure, man. Quote me on that. I have never done it this way, but you could probably use Optimism as well on freaking Coinbase, so you can buy a little bit of Ethereum, then transfer it over to your wallet, man. So gas fees, it'll be a little bit cheaper, mind you. As of recent, freaking Crypto Coffee, he did release a freaking video on how to freaking pay cheaper Ethereum fees if you do want to buy some Pulse Chain by utilizing, I think it was Arbitrum. And I think for some of you cats that like using BNB, he also gives you that option, man. That's a great way to freaking channel some funds over to the freaking Pulse Chain side without paying those exorbitantly high gas fees, bro. And I think these websites are going to be a lot freaking more visited once freaking the Ethereum gas fees get freaking ballistic, son. So yeah, man, absolutely, homie. And then we got my homie Smooth Brain, giddy up, Boogie Nights. Hey, damn straight, homie, damn straight, dog, damn freaking straight. Now, let's go over to the PHEX side. Share screen. Hex. All right, this is currently the PHEX side, man. Value of PHEX is at 2 pennies, homie. No, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. We're currently at about 1 penny and 76% of a penny. It does seem that we did a little bit of a double bottom, hence why we're rallying a little bit more. I like the fact that it does look like we're scaffolding. Let me go and grab this drawing tool here. And if we pull this sucker up from here, you can see like a little W formation. And it does seem like we are freaking rallying a little bit, man. This dip is always good for the reason being that it does look like scaffolding. And scaffolding creates that support resistance that we do freaking need, man, whenever we're trying to bounce to the upside. Now, PHEX does seem like it's got a pretty clean-ass chart, man. The area that we do need to beat here is a flat psychological area of about 2 cents, man. And what's making it difficult for us is all this resistance that we have over here, man. and this resistance over here. If you combine all these freaking candles and all these candles, that's what's making it difficult for us to rally a little bit more. Now, let me go ahead and freaking pull this green box out this way. Now, what will be gangster if we come up over here to about the freaking 2 cents and 2 cents and 20% of a cent mark and maintain that area. And I'm grabbing that data from back here, man. So those are the areas we do need to get to and maintain so we can continue rallying to the upside, man. Freaking, I did do some measurements of our current value to the top, and in order for us to get back to that 4 cent mark, which was at the highest point we've ever been on PHEX, we do need to freaking run up about 143%, give or take. And as you guys can tell, man, all moving averages are below the value of freaking PHEX, with the 10 moving average is acting as an area of support of where we're at right freaking now, man. Know what I mean? Now, if we activate the Bollinger Bands on this sucker, we still got a little bit of room to run before we meet a little bit of resistance, dude. So that's what I'm noticing on PHEX. I do know Miguel, when he buys freaking Hex and PHEX, he buys about 60% PHEX and he does 40% EHEX. I do it the opposite way around, man. I do 60% EHEX and about 40% PHEX when I do ape into the freaking Hex ecosystem, dude. So a good amount of Hex to have on either side would be about 1 million. If you guys don't have 1 million, that would be a good goal to set. Mind you, man, Hex is still at a freaking badass freaking value. It's at what, one freaking less than it's about 1 penny on the east side. I remember when Hex was at about what freaking doggone 21 cents to 18 cents for a long ass freaking time, bro, in 2021 and or in 2022. I think it was in 2021, dude. And I was salivating over getting freaking Hex at 8 cents, man. So a lot of times we don't freaking notice that the value of Hex where it's at now is actually pretty damn bullish, bro, because later on in the bull run and freaking Hex is at about 60 cents or 52 cents, you're going to be like, damn, dude, I wish I got freaking Hex at a penny, dude. So I know, man, perspective over perception. You know what I'm saying? Always look at the perspective side of things over the perception side of things, monkeys. So food for freaking thought. Now, Largen in Charge asks me a question. Boogie, question. You think BTC will hit 100,000 this year? I think this is a gut feeling, man. This is not looking at the TA and shit like that, bro. Do I think Bitcoin will hit 100,000 this year? I think we'll be anywhere in the range from about 72 to 78, at least by the end of the year. Know what I mean? If we do break past that freaking point, dude, then yeah, dude, we're probably gonna run. Let's say we do, man. Let's say we do break past freaking 100,000, or at least we wake up to 100,000, bro, with a candle that's pretty close to it, at about 99,000, and we do wake up to freaking BTC over 100,000, dude, over the year. It would not surprise me that in 2025 we visit the area of about 172, bro, or 165. If we do get past or we do touch 100,000, bro, this year. Now, I think that if we don't touch 100,000 this year and we do get to the area like you're thinking at about 80,000, we'll probably run up to 120 or up to 140. But I think it'll be more bullish, man, if we hit that area faster. You know what I'm saying? So that would be pretty gangster, man, if we do hit that freaking price point of about 100,000, give or take. You know what I'm saying? And then we got my amigo, Mr. David. Late but here. I'm glad you're here, man. I am glad you're here, dog. Now, we've already covered both PHEXs. We've covered a little bit of freaking Oath Token, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So let's talk about the fragrance of the evening, man. And this is one of my personal favorites, bro. This is one of my favorite freaking houses. But again, unfortunately, man, these guys create fragrances, bro, and then they discontinue them. And I'm assuming it's because they don't want to dilute the value of the fragrance or make it a little bit cheaper due to freaking corporate reasons, if anything, man. And that is Terry Mugler's Pure Malt, bro. This shit is masculine as fuck, bro. This shit is super duper freaking masculine. So what would I picture, man? Maybe a freaking a biker, bro. Your conventional biker rocking a leather jacket, man. Your bad boy. this is what he'd be rocking, man. This fragrance smells like something that Carolina Herrera should have freaking made as part of their lineup, man. Now, what vibes do I get from this, bro? Some people have said that they get like a chocolate vibe off of it, man. I find it a little bit more boozy, bro, and it is kind of warm. And you get like a dark vanilla with this bad boy. Great for freaking dates, great for nights out, man. I would not use this sucker in the freaking summer, dude. It is way, 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 way too freaking thick of a freaking fragrance, bro. And like I said, it is kind of boozy. Again, it is for fall or winter. The only setback, yeah, it's discontinued, man. You're gonna have to find it on eBay and pay close to about 185,000 for this bad boy, bro. 180,000. Oh, dude, no, that's not what I meant. 185 bucks, bro. Imagine $180,000 fragrance. Only person that can own that shit is freaking Richard Hart and Andrew Tate. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I definitely love this fragrance. I've gotten a lot of compliments with it, bro. If I'm in Vegas, bro, I would probably do about 12 sprays on this bad boy. It does last pretty damn long, bro. Now, one of the things that a lot of people complain about these freaking bottles, bro, is the atomizer. As you can tell, man, it's like a straight up polymer or like a plastic type system. So it's difficult to push that atomizer, man. And the atomizer isn't that freaking great. What I have noticed that a lot of people do, man, they do cut out this portion here. They cut it out. And then what they do, they can get direct contact with the atomizer and stuff like that. I think this is great, bro. It is long lasting. The quality is very freaking high, man. I speak very highly of this brand. What would I give this freaking fragrance, bro? I learned about it from Kevin Samuels again, man, because he's the one that got me into fragrance. I give this sucker a freaking 9, son. This sucker is a 9, dude. No bullshitting, dog. And then we got Mateus is asking us a freaking question about fragrance. What do you think about Dior Homme? I like Dior Homme Intense. Definitely like Dior Homme Intense. But the problem with Dior, bro, is that Dior Homme that they created, bro, they have watered it down over the years, bro. It used to last a lot longer. So trying to get an OG bottle, bro, usually is pretty damn expensive, man. And that is a very popular fragrance with the ladies, dude. Some people say that it smells like sex in a bottle, bro. So if you do end up buying a Dior, bro, make sure you get the biggest bottle they got. I personally don't own Dior Homme. I do own another one. I think Dior Homme Sport. I own that one. That one's freaking amazing. But you have to overspray that sucker, bro. And you may even want to carry a decant so you can freaking continue spraying. So something like that, dude, you're talking about 15 to 20 freaking sprays you got to put on yourself, homie. You know what I'm saying? And then we got brown. I'm going to go with blue de Chanel. Hey, that's a good one, homie. I got the Parfum one. The only setback about the Parfum one is that, dude, it fades out pretty damn quick. So, again, man, you got to spray the shit out of it, bro. You got to do about close to about 16 or 17 sprays on that sucker, bro, because it fades out pretty damn quick. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, don't do freaking 16 or 17 sprays of that or freaking 10 sprays of this, dude, and then board a freaking plane to Vegas. I know the PulseCon meetup's coming up. You definitely don't want to be freaking rocking this shit with 15, 20 sprays on a freaking flight. I usually don't freaking fragrance up, man, when I'm on a freaking plane. But there's some cats that can't live up without freaking frags. I would do maybe 1 or 2 the most on a plane. And one would not be a dark fragrance like this, dude. It'd be something a little bit like freaking Versace Pour Homme or something like that, dude. Something a little bit more soapy, which smells like shower gel, if anything, man. People like the smell of soap, dude. So I think that's a great one to go with, bro. And yeah, Brown says the same thing. Yes, I also own the Eau de Parfum. It only lasts for a few hours. Yeah, homie, you got to spray the shit out of it, man. You definitely got to spray the shit out of it. Now, food for thought, monkeys, not to freaking go too much into freaking fragrance and move away from the freaking crypto thing. I have heard Jeremy Fragrance say, bro, that it's not healthy to spray a lot on your skin, dude. So yeah, man, I would keep it on the clothes, if anything. Now, be aware of the clothes that you're rocking. And what do I mean by that? I do have a lot of shirts that are freaking like tanning color or they're like white in color. And a lot of the fragrances are kind of dark, man. So they can stain up your shirts. So food for thought about that, man. And situations like that, you may have to freaking do like a really freaking spray. Like you have to spray from the distance and shit like that. Or you may have to put it on your skin for that evening. The reason being that it's going to mark up your freaking shirt, man. You know what I'm saying? So food for freaking thought, monkeys. Food for freaking thought. That's enough about the fragrance of the day. Again, I love this freaking house, man. Terry Mugler. If you guys want to know more about it, I do have the hashtag below in my freaking in all my hashtags on this video. Now, let's move on to the next token of the freaking day, man. And that is Mr. freaking Hedron. And this is for you, Mr. Sloth. We are going to cover a little bit of P Hedron, if anything. Let's see what the P Hedron thing is doing. El pinche P Hedron. Current value of P Hedron is at about 6 zeros and a 3833, son. That's where we're currently at. I do like the fact that on freaking February 1st and February 2nd, we did run up to this Fibonacci area of about 6 zeros and a 5439 or 39. And that is the 1 point on the Fibonacci retracement mark. You know what I'm saying? Now, it does seem like we're starting to dip a little bit on Hedron. Let's see what it's at as far as its 20-day cycle goes, man. Let's see what its 20-day cycle entails. It may be that we're probably at the end of the 20-day cycle on this bad boy. Yeah, we're running at about 24 days, bro. Maybe one day more, or I think yesterday was probably the last day on its 20-day cycle. I'm assuming that this candle, the one that we're building right now via UTC time, probably won't go below this area over here, man. If anything, know what I mean? Now, I just noticed something. There you go. I think that we're probably on a new 20-day cycle because this was actually the low on February 9th, and that value was at approximately 6 zeros and a 3695. So if that was the low, and we grab a new measuring tool here, we are at about day 8 of our new 20-day cycle, monkeys. So if we're at about day 8, or day 7, day 14 would be about February 24th all the way to about March the 2nd. That may be the area when we get our new dip. I'm hoping that we do come revisit this freaking green line over here at about 6 zeros and a 3052. Of course, me and Sloth will talk about this a little bit more on Sunday's stream. And I think the data is going to be pretty damn gangster. I am extremely bullish on freaking Hedron, if anything. Areas we do need to beat, man. Immediate areas we do need to beat. And that would be this ledge over here of this mountain that you guys can see. This portion right there. Let me go and grab the freaking drawing tool so you monkeys can see what the hell I'm talking about. And if we pull this over, that'll be at about 6 zeros and a 5.9. That's an immediate area we do have to compromise before we start beating out these lower areas over here. And we do get to a new all-time high. Of course, the new all-time high to beat at the time being for P Hedron is at about 6 zeros and a 9318, monkeys. So food for freaking thought, son. Food for freaking thought. I'm extremely bullish on freaking Hedron. I think it's going to be one of the main coins out there that's going to do a lot of great things for freaking the Hex ecosystem. I think some of the coins that are not RH coins that are very good to have is, of course, this one and Fame. Because people do want to freaking doggone go ahead and short and long pulse chain and Hex. And I think that's another good token to hold on to. And mind you, Richard Hart also freaking talked about Hedron back in the day. He hasn't mentioned it as of late, and he's also talked about Fame. So food for thought, monkeys. These are great freaking projects, and I think they are going to do really good this coming bull run, man. I'm just hoping for more of a freaking dip because I do want to build up my freaking Hedron bag, if anything, man. Let's see how much freaking P Hedron we would get if we were to put in about $100. $100 would get you about what? 261,643,118. So we would need about $500 to get us into about the 1 billion area. 1,308,215,593. So yeah, I would at least try to hold on to freaking 3 billion, man. In my opinion, I would try to get at least 3 freaking billion of these freaking tokens, dude, because I am freaking bullish on these, son. Bullish as hell, man. Bullish as freaking hell, man. Now, I did mention to you cats that I was going to cover a little bit of a meme coin, and that is the pizza token, or a slice of pizza. I heard about this because Hexy Bastard had reposted it on Twitter, and basically what it was, you went ahead and participated by inputting your wallet address, and I told you guys to use a condom wallet on a certain Telegram chat. The freaking link referred you to, and pizza has been doing pretty damn good, man, if anything. Now, last time I had talked about pizza, the data was that they were going to drop the freaking, they were going to airdrop about 999 tokens, depending on how many users were on board to receive the pizza token for free. But I think, let's go ahead and revisit that Twitter freaking statement. So I want to get all my ducks on a row with this shit, son. All right, here it is. A free slice of pizza, US Crypto Boogie. Thank you for the shout out of our awesome pizza token. Although I am shocked to think that this can only run up to $1,500. That's not even a 1 million market cap. And then it says join us, and then they gave us the freaking the doggone the address for it. And then there ain't even 999 pizzas. There's only 573 as per FSP Domino. And then free slice of pizza goes on to stay less now. A few slices have been burned by the community members, and / digestion reflection token is buying and burning pizza off the market. Pizza is growing and the supply is shrinking. We should have fewer than 500 slices soon. So it seems that that's where we're at, about 573 tokens, if I am correct. Let me go ahead and revisit this because I do want to cross my T's and dot my I's. And they do go on to state pizza is a short story. 1K slices was a potential max supply. One slice per valid address was airdropped after a 2-hour window to invite others to the original Telegram. Only 573 add 436 of the supply was burned. So yeah, man, there's a very small amount of these freaking pizza tokens, and this is a zero founder allocation token, all LP contributed by the community. So there you go, cats. Now, I do want to show the chart on this sucker. And I was asking one of my homies as to how high this can get. He ran a little bit of a formula, man, or what the value is. But let's check this out, man. Let's check this out. Now, mind you, guys, this is a scratcher token. I do not recommend you ape in all your dinero into pizza. I think last time I talked about the value of this token, and mind you, this is the 1-hour chart. It's not been out for more than, let's see. As per the chart, it's only been out for a couple days, man. Know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 days tops. That's what I'm seeing on the chart on the daily. But I like using the 1-hour chart to see on average where it's at. Now, mind you, data on freaking doing technical analysis, man, on 1-hour charts, that can be extremely volatile, if anything. Current value is about 485. If pizza does run past freaking doggone $1,200, this is what I was thinking, and I'm thinking applying the rule of 3 on this sucker. The only thing is, I do want to get a little more pizza. I would like it to retrace down here to about 275 or 273, and then I would apply the rule of 3. And what do I mean by the rule of 3? It's kind of like what you're doing with NFTs. You buy one token to go ahead and regain you the value of all the, or you buy one NFT to regain you the value of all 3 NFTs put together. The second NFT or the second token, I would use it to go ahead and freaking take some profits. In other words, make a little bit of money off that and then utilize that to get a little bit more of the RH coins, some Pulse Chain, some PulseX, maybe a little bit of freaking EHEX and PHEX. And then the last token or the last NFT, in this case, the token, I would hold on to it for a freaking moonshot, if anything. You know what I'm saying? How high can this token go? I mean, I said that I wanted to sell my first one at about $1,400 to $1,200, but I think it may be worth a try, man. Now, mind you, this is not financial advice, cats, and I think the rule of 3 is a good way of going about it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't intend to get a little bit more pizza unless we go revisit this area of about 274 or 276. So I am hoping that it rallies a lot harder. As far as we can see, the market cap on this sucker is only 277,000. So yes, it does have room to run, man. But again, this chart is relatively freaking young. It's not freaking it's not been days yet. I am hoping that it does rally harder and we can end up taking some profits on it. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully get a little bit of a moonshot. So I'll keep my eyes open on this bad boy, see if I can get it at about 270, give or take, if it does come revisit that area. Remember, apply the rule of 3, and please, guys, always use a condom wallet whenever you're dealing with any type of freaking token that you haven't been familiar with for long periods of time. So That is the data I got on this bad boy. And mind you, remember, being redundant, these are 1 hour freaking candles. These are not daily candles of anything, man. Know what I mean? So food for thought, monkeys. That covers the freaking meme token of the day as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, homie. And then got Paul Sachs asking for thoughts on Pulse Trailer Park, bro. Yeah, I would need to freaking dive into that token, Mr. Sachs, and I would have to do some freaking TA on it, see where I think it may go. Mind you, these are meme coins, bro. And I really don't like prepping freaking charts, bro, on the fly because, dude, it would be kind of laggy, if anything, bro. It'd take me a while to set up the 50 moving average, 100 moving average, Bollinger Bands, 200, and then activate all that stuff, make measurements, run Fibonacci's. I like having everything prepared before I go live on stream so I don't bore you cats with the process. Maybe later on in the future, I'll do a little stream and I'll show you cats how I run my TA so you guys can see how I do my stuff. And that way you guys can go ahead and mimic me a little bit and learn the basics on it. You know what I'm saying? But I would recommend that you definitely follow Charlie from Crypto Mindset course, from the Moon Gang, so you can learn a little bit of TA. You could also go over to freaking doggone Agent J at the DGen Roundtable and Zenith. Those two cats are some freaking TA masters as well. And you can also go to another cat. His name is Ijaz A1 Crypto. He's a big time Phantom Bull, if anything, man. But he does hold Phantom accountable on YouTube as well. I learned some of my TA from them as well. So I kind of mixed the stuff that Charlie taught me, the stuff I picked up from Agent J and EJ's A1, and it created my method as to how I run TA. I do want to learn more stuff on TA. I do want to grow better in TA, man. I think there's always room to grow. And then in the future, probably end up adding a little bit of fundamental analysis, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, monkeys, that's the data I do have. Let me go ahead and give you guys a little bit more freaking deets on something. Bear with me. Vamos a ver. And this here is my link tree. It will lead you to my freaking Instagram. It will lead you to my Twitter page, and it will lead you to my YouTube page as well. So make sure you subscribe to me on all three. Give this video a like. Give a share on my Twitter, or share my freaking Twitter page as well, man. And that motivates me so I can continue making shit for you cats, if anything. You know what I'm saying? And then Paul Sachs says, Hans is a good TA teacher on TA2. Usually has a stream with Katie in a couple of hours. Hey, maybe I'll drop in, man. I'll see what Mr. Hans has to say. I'm always open to learning new shit, homie. Absolutely. All right, cats. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. Please like the video, and I will catch you monkeys on the flip side.